Hello everybody, Kearon here with Explorminate, and welcome to what's going to be a Let's Play kind of impression series of Battletech. Now Battletech, I gotta just say this out the gate, was not a game that was really on my radar all that much. I was following it, but I didn't really understand the hype, perhaps that some of my fellow Explorminators had expressed, but I was like, it's something different. It's a big old mechs, kind of XCOM. It looks cool. Well, gotta say, thank you to the great folks over at, what is it, Harebrained Schemes and Paradox for getting me a key because this game has just blown me away. Um, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great ride so far, and I've just barely scratched the tip of the iceberg. So, again, this is going to be just kind of impressions going through me figuring it out. I'm fairly new I'm completely new to this version of the game. It's the universe, the lore has been around for a few decades, it seems, from some of the stories and such I've read and reports. So some of you probably are a lot more invested in this and such. But I will say, even if you're someone like me who hasn't had a lot of exposure to the lore, the background, doesn't appreciate that as much, this game does a tremendous job bring you on from step one, all the way through. The beginning like load, it's credits, not credits, what would you call it? Just the load screens with the logos and things. It actually has animated just kind of like what you can see in the main menu background here. The history from when humanity discovered how to get from star system to star system, move quickly among the stars. I'm not sure if they call it light speed or what, but well, they don't call it light speed, but you get what I'm referring to, right? And then as societies progress and the inevitable fall into chaos and war, so that gives you a really good background. The in between mission stories and stuff where that develops is the same kind of art style with this kind of stop motion animation. I don't know what you actually would technically classify it as. Really well done, great voice acting I think so far, and just top of the line across the board. I've had a lot of fun. Now, where we jump in, we are 2 or 3 missions in to the main game. So I've done my character creation. We're not going to show that off. You get to kind of determine your background. That determines some of your starting stats, and it does affect dialogue trees and I think some options from like where you came from, your family, your history, things like that, which is cool. But we're going to jump in and figure this game out together. So be aware I am working on this. I may not always have the optimal mech set up, but I think I've got a decent idea what I'm doing here, hopefully. It'll be fun to play through. So let's see, manual save. So we are 14 days into the campaign, and I of course am Spicy Hippo. So it's an old call sign, or you like make up dumb names in high school. Yeah, I figured let's go Spicy Hippo. So call back to the days of long past. That's my dude's name, and we're gonna have some fun here. So I'm gonna pause this real quick as we load in, because loads do take just a wee bit of time, and we'll get right to this. All right, and here we are. So here's Spicy Hippos Marauders, and here's our nice ship. It's actually a lot bigger than you think because it has to hold the gigantic mechs in here. So this is your kind of main navigation screen. Think of the base in XCOM, and I think you get an idea of what's going on. Right now we have our Blackjack getting fixed up. Wasn't able to use him on my first mission because he was still damaged from the beginning, and I didn't think to fix him up. So 5 days fix up going on. We will have our financial report in 16 days, and right now Glitch is out of action, unfortunately. Glitch was harmed in our last battle, but they'll be back. So we're in orbit, transit, or we can hit the jump ship. And I figure kind of for this first episode, we're actually going to take some time to explore the ship because, again, if you're like me, coming into this, you knew the game had giant exploding like mechs and cool combat, you know, tactical, very, very depth tactical combat. I don't want to rush this video, so we're gonna dip our toes into kind of the overall management systems here, and then we'll find a contract to go on for our second contract here. So this is the leopard. We can go to the store. We can get some partial mech salvages. We can get some weapons. All kinds of stuff it looks like. Let's go weapons, equipment. Got a heat sink. What's a panther? They make up for jump jets, armor, and hefty punch. Okay. So here's some options. I'm not really going to invest in a third of a mech at this point. I don't think that's going to be best idea, but we see we've got the store. And if we wanted, we could hire people. This guy, we need a higher rating, so he's a little bit, I don't know what you'd say. Maybe dependable, or maybe he's just up paying. I think we're good on people right now, though. We still have 5 team members, so I don't want to spend any money. If we go to the command center, run into our friend Darius here. He's kind of like the head honcho. So he's a pretty good guy. So let's do a little investigation. We're gonna find out about our debt here. And this is how the dialogue works before missions. If you're having discussions with your team, it's pretty open. So it does drift into the realm of something RPG-ish a little bit, like not as heavy as like when you play Mass Effect or an Elder Scrolls game, right? But you can do investigation. So if you like to learn more of the lore and, you know, really dive into this story, that's going to be an option for you. So we did actually talk to the banks here earlier and have them get off our back. It's something we went for. Let's see. Who are we in debt to? I want to know names. Got Blue Horizon. There's a bank, it looks like. They own the lease on the ship. There's the Indiri Consortium. They've got people everywhere. Borrow from one of their associates and make a jump away from... Okay. So that's someone we used to buy money from when we escaped the coup. That's enough money talk. Gotta run. Well, we'll chat with him later, maybe. So we can look at contracts if we want. So this would be max salvage, supply base, destroyed base, includes travel. This would just be here. So this is probably the contract we'll end up taking. And one way contracts work, you gain reputation depending on how you do. I believe some of these systems I'm going to try to parse out, and they might not be 110% on, but I think I've got the general gist of the game. Then you have to balance the salvage between the pay. And you really want to make sure you're getting salvage, because that's how you find parts for your mechs. That's how you get better guns or armaments and such. So you got to kind of decide what you want. If you take 2 salvage, you're going to get no money. If you take full money, no salvage, you know. Riding that line is going to be interesting. I'm not sure quite how that will play out yet. If we jump over to the barracks, though, we could see our good old vet quarters. We've got our friends down here. Let's look. Service record. Noble family, betrayed, and he's a career soldier. Oh, that's me. This is us, guys. This is Senor Spicy Hippo.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Do we have an upgrade? 2000 experience. We can get more tactics. Sensor lock. Bulwark. Stationary. That's pretty good. Extra evasive charges when it's moving. And gunnery is multi-targeting. Yes! We're going to take multi-targeting for certain. Confirm that. You only have 2 primary abilities and 1 specialist ability. You cannot be retrained. Well, we're going to be super great at gunnery. That's all I can say. Now, let's reset that. Piloting, I'm not too worried about. I think guts might be good, or sensor lock. I'm not sure. We're going to hold off, but again, did want to just jump into here, show you off. There is this talent tree. And the cool thing about it is you get 2 specializations, and then you pick 1. I think you pick 1 at the end. You are limited to fleshing out 2 trees, and then it kind of merges into your final abilities. So you can mix and match these a lot. Again, the way these work, sort of. Shooting, guts is health. Okay, yep. We can just click here. That would be indirect fire tactics. So this is ability to like hit them. And then piloting is more like melee and such. So that's that. Does anybody else have experience we want to use?
Good to go.
Yes, Commander.
We'll hold off on that for a little bit. I think I'll go through and figure out what would be best between Let's Plays here, because that could take a while to find out which pilot's going to go best which mech. Now let's jump over to the mech bay. You can talk to Yang here. He's a pretty good guy. He's running our mech bay, so he's actually a really good guy. Without him, we'd be in trouble. We can look here again, all our components we have selected. And then we have our mechs. So we'll show them off real quick. This is our Vindicator. He's a medium class mech. Right now he's equipped with some pretty good firepower. Looks like he's got himself a laser. You know, I'm actually not going to go through all this right now. He's a pretty good guy. Next we've got Shadowhawk, another medium class. We've got Spider. This is a light class, so these guys are pretty cool. They're very quick compared to other mechs. A little bit of a glass cannon, light on the cannon though. You can use them for scouting and things of that nature. Then we've got our Locust. He is another light mech. I didn't realize I was running 2 light mechs that game, huh? That one has 2 lasers. This guy he's much lighter of a mech, I think. Isn't he? 20 tons compared to 30 tons. Okay, yeah. So he's a smaller guy. This is the real small one I was talking about right here. And so, yeah, you can see this guy's firepower is a lot less, faster movement. This guy's got a lot more firepower, but not as much movement. But he's also going to survive a whole lot more. So, now jumping over to navigation. We talk to Sumire if we want, but let's look at the star chart. So this is where we're going to be flying around right now because of the amount of money we owe right now. We're kind of stuck between these 2 areas. So hopefully that's going to branch out more as the game goes on. I would assume it would, since you have such a massive map. And that's actually quite a few star systems. I'm realizing these are each a star system. So that's a lot of different places to go, different biomes and things, which is cool because that will affect how your mechs perform. You know, go to a desert world, they're going to vent heat a lot less effectively and such. And then we can go to the captain's quarters. Look at our finances here. So, monthly total. Let's see, operating cost. We've got our loan interest, our mechs, salaries. So it's going to cost us, well, well, $250,000 basically a month, which is not bad. We just made about half of that in a contract with very little, actually no financial burden for repairs. And then we can look at overall reputation here. Not sure how this stacks in very well, but we're working towards improving our rating right now. And then I don't actually know what customized company does. Oh, well, this is cool. This harkens back to tabletop versions of the game. That's actually really cool. So, Spicy Hippos Marauders, we want to change our call sign. We look like here. Let me see if there's anything that just screams awesome sauce. Anything that looks like a hippo? Probably not. Well, I think our insignia is pretty good. We can mix with our colors a little bit if we want, though. Let's go blue, white, the red accent maybe. That's fine, we'll save that. Boom! So there's our ship. Let's go back, look at our contracts here for a moment. So again, I don't really want to move over there. I'd rather stay here, even though the pay is just a little lighter. I think it's overall is going to work out a lot better for us. Let's negotiate the contract, show how that works right now. So right now, split 50-50 between salvage and payment. We can move that as we would want. So I could take money at just one salvage in that. I mean, this seems pretty non-committal though. If you're just in the middle, you're not really. 1 of 6, 1 of 4. Oh. 2 of 10 options for salvage. So I guess this increases your pool of possible salvage, I think, too. Because the way it works at the end of combat, we'll show this off. You have like, you know, heat sinks or different gun attachments or armor or whatever, and you like can pick what you want from battle. So what do we want? I do want to make sure I get enough money here. Ooh, it's hard to say though. I think we're gonna risk it with 1 salvage and a little bit more money here maybe. And accept that. And we're actually gonna hold off on this. So we'll leave it here and we'll get right into troop selection and actually fight it out on the next mission. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you back here a lot so we can have fun with this. And we'll enjoy some Battletech. This is a pretty great game, so hope you keep checking these videos out, and we'll get in some of the nitty-gritty, like I said, of blowing stuff up. And I'll try not to make too many tactical errors, so we'll see. But thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.